the war to
America.
settle the score right
Hey.
here.
Coors
Keystone
Light
Light,
didn't have
Coors
America
Light.
can.
Hey,
I'm telling you.
let us know. What's your pick?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments
what's
what
your
you
pick,
pick. Are you a Keystone Light guy? You a Coors Light guy? Is there something else?
If you got another side by side you want us to do,
Side by
let us
side,
know
yeah,
what it
let us
is.
know.
I need a beer.
All right. This is Bumwine Bob. Welcome to an all-new edition of Bum with Bobcat on the Bumwine Bob YouTube channel and on all your favorite podcast apps, where we bring you the best of the worst in cheap booze, the bottom shelf, bum wines, beers, 40s, malt liquor, all the stuff you grew up on. We cover here each and every week on the podcast and on the Bumwine Bob YouTube channel. So tell your friends to smash that subscribe button and help us. If you haven't made it there already by the time you've seen this video, we are on the fast track to 2,000 subscribers. And you know what that means? Another round of Edward 40 hands when we hit that magic 2,000. So make it happen and subscribe today. But we're not going to waste any time because we have a score to settle this week. We got people lined up. We got people waiting here. So let's bring in first Mr. Malt Liquor himself. Roadhouse is here.
Right.
Roadhouse man, how you doing?
Ready, Fred.
He's ready. He's got the duct tape ready to go. Get that nice smell of the duct tape on your wrist for another round of Edward 40 hands in there as we are creeping along, getting closer and closer. So for all our new subscribers who might have been fans of Johnny Carson and Buddy Hackett and all the shorts out there, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Bumwine Bob YouTube channel, where you get a grab bag of goodies. And what I always say is, it's kind of what we're kind of going for is the drinking party crew. Like when you get drunk and you start stumbling around YouTube and you find random clips of stuff, that's kind of what we're starting to combine here on the channel. So besides these great podcasts that everybody knows and loves, you get a nice variety of some other features too. And you never know what might pop up next. That's why you got to subscribe and get ready.
Some of that nostalgia we all need in our life.
The throwback stuff, to the simpler, happier times.
Yes.
in the world out there. And what we are covering today, it kind of came up on a whim, just from one text that Roadhouse sent to me a few weeks back. Let me see if I can pull up the picture here. And you sent me a text a few weeks back of a can of Coors Light and a gun. What was that? What gun you have on the table there in that picture? What's that?
That's probably that one's the Smith & Wesson.
Okay.
It's a 40 cal.
Okay. So you sent me this picture. You said you were enjoying a Coors Light. And then I said, oh, that's funny. I'm drinking a Keystone Light. And Roadhouse said, well, it's pretty much the same beer. And then we're like, wait a second. Is it really the same beer?
Yeah.
What is the comparison between the two?
Yeah.
So we decided that we were going to dig deep into the weeds of Keystone Light and Coors Light and do a head-to-head battle between the two. But we decided that we couldn't just do it with the two of us. We needed to bring in an esteemed panel of drinkers and people to share in the festivities with us here. So first, we will bring in, he's no stranger to the show. He's back once again. They call him Mr. Four Loco.
Yeah, that's right.
Kevin, the tattoo dude, is back. He's back. I was gonna say back from the dead, almost.
Back from the dead.
He's made his way back here because after the last time we were on here a few months back when we did the Four Loco camo, Kevin had a few little medical issues, but he's back and he's ready to get drinking again.
That's right. Oh, been ready, man. Been ready. It's been a crazy couple months, man.
Sure
almost dying, and I started from almost dying. Now I'm here.
So, I'm glad to see your pretty face.
I know. You started out your year.
I
know you started out the year. Okay, Edward 40 hands.
Yep.
Four Loco camo, and then you had a little dip down. But now here,
I was wondering if if we had any responsibility with
None at all.
we're coming on.
It was all the. I blame it on the barbecue meatballs, man. You know.
Yeah.
It was those barbecue meatballs. They're so good that it just didn't want to go down. When it came back up, it just tore my esophagus.
Yeah. You don't want that, but
it was crazy, man. I actually had to I ate them, and it felt like I was having a heart attack. And then the food got lodged, and so instead of making a scene because they're about to do the gender reveal, I got up, walked to my Jeep, opened my door real quietly, and then I started throwing it up. Well, I threw it up, and of course it's barbecue, so if I knew I threw up barbecue for sure, but then I threw up blood, and I was like, "Is that blood or is that barbecue?" So I dipped my finger in it, and I was like, "Yeah, that's blood."
Oh wow!
That's not barbecue sauce. That's blood.
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah,
Thanks,
definitely.
man.
Good to see you're feeling better. You're back in here and ready to get down to business here and get drinking once again.
It was a chore to keep your spirits up while you were sitting in the hospital as long as you were.
God, it was depressing. Not being able to eat or drink anything, and then every 4 hours they're coming in there giving me medicine. The only good thing, as I said, was the pain medicine.
Sure.
Once they gave me that, I was in a new world. But I couldn't even go outside for the first 5 days, I think. And then that 6th day, they finally were like, "Okay, you can get up and walk around." I got outside and I was like, "Whoa, freedom!"
This is the world. This is the real world. Look at that. Yeah.
I'd have been Forrest Gump.
Oh man, I know. I wanted to run so bad, but I was like, I still got my heart monitor on.
You know what? I guess I'll stick it out a little bit longer. Until they give the okay to go. But I know you were sitting there craving those Four Locos and the beers.
Oh God.
But hey, we'll get you feeling good here today. That's
every time he was sitting in the hospital, I'd send him Snapchats of me drinking.
Really, he was.
Yeah.
I was like, God, I want it so bad. Oh
man, rubbing it in. Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Just rubbing salt in the wound over there. Just saying, man. Hey, look what I'm doing. I'm sitting here having a beer. What are you doing? Oh, you're in a hospital bed. Oh, it sucks to be you.
I'm eating medicine through my heart. Yeah. Have y'all ever had a PICC line done? It goes through your arm, and it's like an IV, and it goes right here in your bicep, and then it goes all the way to your heart.
No.
And the medicine and stuff drips in your heart, and so that's how they're feeding me, and they're giving me all the medicine and stuff like that. And so not being able to eat or drink anything, I found out what it tastes like. It was so bitter and just.
I've been lied to.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. The nurse would come in. I got your steak dinner. I was like, no, you don't. Don't even say that.
don't give me those lies. Don't give me those lies. Don't give me those lies. But don't worry. Well, Kevin's back. He's back in business here. We're happy to have him back here. We also have another guest doing the show. He's a newcomer. To the show. He calls himself the CEO. He's the CEO of Lucky Dog Water Company Apparel, and that is Austin is here. Austin, man, how you doing?
How's it going, guys? How's it going?
Welcome to the show. I know we've been going back and forth for a while trying to set up a time because we were waiting for the right topic because going through your Instagram and your profile, you are a big Keystone Light guy.
Absolutely.
And they are. I was going to say they are few and far between these days. You can find somebody who's really dedicated to Keystone Light and the craft of.
It's so smooth. I don't know what
Keystone Light, like the old Keystone commercials.
Yeah.
And those I remember those constantly. Like 15 years ago when I remember watching like Monday Night Raw, and they would always have constantly it was like Keystone Light, Keystone. This guy and all his little scenarios and everything.
Whatever happened to those?
I don't know.
Commercials.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Those and the Budweiser commercials and stuff like that, and now you just don't see them anymore.
I know. No, you don't get any good. There's no good beer commercials anymore. Nothing that nobody puts any thought into it.
No, not at all.
They don't really anymore. Yeah.
Well, I mean, but like you said, who's really sitting there watching commercials? So it's like, why spend the time unless it's a Super Bowl commercial?
Yeah, even the Super
that's
Bowl
pretty much it.
Yeah.
I know there wasn't anything good this year from sitting there. It's like, there's usually one or two good beer commercials. Yeah. It's like, no.
It's like they're afraid to be funny anymore.
No, somebody's going to get offended. It doesn't matter what it is.
Exactly.
Somebody's going to get offended with it there.
Hey, you know what fixes that though? Alcohol.
Yeah.
You're drunk enough, you won't get
That's
offended.
it.
That's right.
That's it.
I wasn't even seeing it. Yeah.
That's
I was
And
gonna
everything
right.
you say is offensive for real.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
You're the one doing the offending.
Yep.
Yeah, wait for Roadhouse. He'll say something. Just wait for it.
Yeah.
We didn't start drinking yet, so it's gonna get there. But honestly, so you got this whole. Just give a quick overview before we get into the beers of the Lucky Dog and the brand over there. How that came about.
Absolutely. Well, honestly, it was a drunken idea. Me and my wife came back from a trip down to Florida, and I saw a bunch of apparel. And my family owns an embroidery, screen print type business, and I was like, why don't we just start a brand and see what happens? And actually, where it came from was old Larry the Cable Guy joke. He was talking about old guy disabled. He had one eye, one leg, or whatever, and they called him Lucky. And I was like, oh my God, Lucky Dog. So that's where that dog with the eye patch came.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah. So
You're
that's
done.
where that came in from. And I was actually pretty drunk that night. I do it. I was like, fuck it, let's draw a sketch real quick. Make something up, So that was where that came from. Nothing more special than that. I just saw, these shirts were selling like crazy down in Florida and down south on the beach and everything. People really love that kind of like pirate dog,
Sure.
that crossover there. So,
What part of Florida was it?
we were down in Key West.
Okay. See, I've always wanted to go to Key West. We always go to like the Tampa and like Sarasota area. So I have to
There's
hit that
two
part up.
ways to do it. Flying into Key West is like there's a direct flight into Key West, but it only flies out on like Mondays. You can fly
That's
in and
weird.
fly out on Monday. Yeah, it's dude, the freaking airstrip is so small that if iguanas are on the tarmac, you
I've
can't.
heard about that. Yeah, they hire people to like.
They
figure
got
out
to
the
chew them
iguanas
away,
and stuff.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so tiny. I mean, yeah, it's wild.
It'd be such a cool job.
I know, right? Iguana hunter. Yeah.
Just be popping iguanas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
go
that'd be
out
cool.
there. Go chase these iguanas. All right, shoot. Come on,
Yeah.
come on. Get out of here. We got planes trying to take off.
All those
You're the
people
way
grew up
over
watching Steve Irwin,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
know. They think they're the crocodile hunter over
Exactly.
there going through everything. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I was gonna
Iguanas
say,
are assholes though. They really
Oh,
are.
man, they're mean, man. They get big
Yeah, they're
too.
assholes. They do, and that tail, man. When they get mad, they like smack you with their tail.
Yeah.
God, dude. I don't like them. I don't know. I don't know how people can have them as pets.
Florida's different, man. Gators.
It is. The
thing
whole
down
different
there.
breed.
Minded.
yeah, that's their way of life
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
With them
Yeah.
down there. But I was going through I mean, it's a very you go with that very simple brand
Yeah.
logo
Yeah.
with everything. It's not over the top. It's just it's similar to other. I'm trying to think. I know it's very similar to other brands. They just have like their one little tiny little logo.
Yeah.
It's not like
Crocs before they got they obviously
it's like the little little polo logo,
Yeah,
just
polo.
basic,
Yeah.
simple.
Yes.
American Eagle, something easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you got a wide line of stuff here: hats, shirts,
Yep. Hat shirts.
everything.
Yeah, we're gonna get into a lot of things. I want to do some swimwear. I thought about getting some. I'm actually talking to a lady who owns a bikini company, and I just thought about getting some Lucky Dog on some chicks bikinis on the.
See,
On
that-
Me and
the
Roadhouse
that's
will rock them out.
yeah,
Yeah, me and
No,
Roadhouse will
no.
rock 'em out.
bring the models over. Bring the models over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drink some
me and
Keystone.
Roadhouse, we'll model 'em.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's funny.
Don't need any banana hammocks over there for for the guys there. So
Right. Yeah. No, long,
But anyway.
above the knee shorts. Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, well, on that note, let's move along and get that image out of our minds
For sure.
here, and let's get drinking here. So we got
I'm ready.
We got two, as we said, we got Keystone Light. I got the tall boys here. I got Keystone Light, and we got
America.
the Coors Light.
Where's that right here?
Everything. Look at that. Kevin's got the American tall boy. You got
Nice.
the new ones here. All that. So, what do you want to start? You want to start with the Keystone or the Coors? What are we thinking?
So
I always start with Coors Light. I think it,
That Colorado
No,
Kool-Aid, man.
it's-
That's the beer of my
All
motherland.
right. Now we got the he's the guest. He wants to start
Yeah.
with the Coors Light.
Coors
Then
Light.
we'll start with
I
that.
don't
Make
know,
sure
yeah.
make sure those Rockies are blue,
right.
right? Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
cold and
Blue.
blue.
Yeah.
Have to be.
Cool.
Well, you know what? I don't have Rockies on mine though. It's
Oh,
like
you got the.
the-
I had one of those.
little.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that's like the music
Is that the
variant.
that's the music
can.
thing? Yeah.
I had
actually-
one of those. Yeah.
I was actually in Colorado. We visited the Coors factory.
I've
Nice.
always wanted to
We
do
were
that,
making
man.
beats there.
That's where I was born, man.
Was it
Colorado.
right next to the Keystone factory?
Yeah.
Because
He's there. I
that's
just went
what
right
brings
next
this whole podcast up. Is
Basement, right?
I always figured they always tasted kind of similar to me a long time ago, especially when these first came out. I'm like, they got to be made the same place.
They are.
Well,
Yeah.
so we're about to dive in and
similar to like the old Budweiser and Busch
Let's see
beer
what it says here.
debate.
yeah,
People always say that like Busch beer is like the leftovers of Budweiser, like the runoff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's at
So,
the bottom
and-
of the barrel.
right.
They just
And
cut it
people
up.
kind of say similar things about this. That okay, Coors Light,
Yeah.
and then the Keystone
Yeah,
is
they're
like the
both,
runoff of the cheaper,
Yeah.
what's left over of the Coors Light. So
Yeah, they both
mean,
say
it's
they're
nothing-
both brewed in Golden, Colorado.
Came from the
Yeah.
same river.
yeah, I was gonna say, I mean,
Damn.
it's nothing new. We've all drank this before. It's nothing new
Yeah.
here.
Oh,
but,
nothing new at all.
But let's give it a go. All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. That Colorado Kool-Aid. That's some high quality H2O.
Yep.
Uh,
Real nice.
There it is. I missed that.
Nice.
Ross.
Yeah.
That's what I missed. Them Guinness
But I-
Book of World Record burps.
I do think that there is a big difference between Coors Banquet and
Oh.
Coors.
There is.
absolutely.
It's like a huge difference between the two. I mean, I love some Banquet. You know, the runner up in the Battle of
the Booze. Yeah.
right here. And I'll always go for a Banquet beer no matter what. But I've never been one to really go for a Coors Light. I'm not a huge Coors
Yeah.
Light fan on a regular basis.
Some of my buddies hate draft Coors Light. They say it's got like a metal taste almost when it comes out of the draft.
When it comes out, really? I like
Yeah.
it better draft. I don't know. I like it better out
So,
of the keg. I
one
it
of
doesn't
one
really-
of the things I notice is when I have a Coors Light versus a Banquet. When I drink a Banquet, that's satisfying, and when I have a Coors Light, it's like not the sensation hasn't been fulfilled. The satisfaction hasn't been fulfilled. Like if anybody ever smoked cigarettes or anything like that, and you are on your break and you only have to smoke half of it, you put the other half out and you go back in. It's just like you're still missing the whole
Yeah.
cigarette.
Like a tease almost, yeah.
The whole
Yeah,
experience.
yeah, you're getting not
Banquet
getting the fulfillment.
fulfills that need in just one can, even though I've drank more than that.
Right, and I think it could be the whole thing because it is a light. Remember, it is a light beer, so it does, and people always give light beers a bunch of shit, not saying or especially like a Coors Light. Oh, it's just drinking water. Well, it's water with alcohol in it, so don't worry. Yes,
Exactly.
I mean what?
Stay
the Coors
hydrated.
Light, I was gonna say, the Coors Light. I mean, it's 4.2%. So I mean,
and going back to when, say, Miller Lite created Miller created Miller Lite, I think they were the first ones on the block.
mhm.
Was it to battle the beer belly?
That was the commercials. Was supposed to be
Was
the
it?
that was like
Yeah.
that was their
like the
promo type
great
deal or
taste,
whatever.
less filling, and to kind of
Yeah.
get that
Yeah,
stigma
Yeah,
of,
I do remember that very well.
yeah.
Just to get more people interested, maybe people who can't handle maybe a heavier beer
Yeah.
start selling more. Like my wife, she's not going to drink a Banquet too much, but she'll drink a Coors Light or a Keystone because it's just light, it's really easy. So you get more reach.
Yeah, but you don't get as much of a taste to it. Is the whole thing kind of like what Road has saying that you don't get the fulfillment of like
it's
you
a little bit
take
more
that first
flavorful.
sip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as flavorful. This is like okay, you taste the beer, but it's like there's not much to it.
Yeah.
And Coors Light does have a distinct
Just
flavor
all there,
to
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And I'm a heavy lager guy. I like just full-bodied beer, lagers, malt liquors, porters, all those. Heavier the better, in my opinion.
Are you like Guinness Stout?
Yes,
I
absolutely.
love Guinness Stout. It's like a cup of coffee, man. Oh God, it's so
Going
good.
back to your
It
thing,
is.
man, it tastes like barbecue sauce to me, man. It's like some
Man.
A1 sauce in that thing.
Yeah, little A.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
we
get
were
the
on the
steak,
topic
some
of
pork.
Yeah,
triple,
but dipping your steak in the Guinness there.
Pour it on it.
you know, going through different health issues and have to suffer because you couldn't drink or anything like that. Real quick, when I had cancer and I had a feeding tube, so I didn't eat or drink for like 9 months through my mouth.
Wow.
And
you do beer through your feeding tube?
I got tired of, I don't like medication or pain pills, so I would inject Guinness into my feeding tube.
Dude, that is awesome. I've always wanted to do that.
Because you couldn't do beer
Yeah.
because it's carbonated
Yeah.
the way it is.
Yeah,
But
Guinness
Guinness
isn't. It's
is
natural
yes.
brewed. Yeah.
Mhm.
If you tried to put
Wow.
beer into a syringe, which I did, I tried it. When you pull it through and get ready, it just starts spraying everywhere,
Yeah.
out of control.
Yeah.
But Guinness, you had control. So I would push Guinness and Jaeger and bourbon and whatever I could into my feeding tube rather than take pain medication.
Oh, I bet that was phenomenal though. Oh man.
Yeah, especially when you burp Jaeger up and you
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you could
man.
taste it. You know,
Yeah.
it was satisfaction.
Yeah.
Oh man. I've always wanted to do that. I've had a feeding tube a couple times. I'm like, I wonder if I did that. Like, does it get you drunk faster too?
I mean, I was 150 pounds in, so everything got really fast with me. You know, I'm 300 now.
Yeah,
So
we should test that one day.
Mm.
Just
At
all
home.
coming on here feeding tubes.
Oh, great.
let's all go get procedures done, get feeding tube,
Oh, yeah.
so we can do a
And
pod.
then let's record it, guys. All right. Yeah, perfect. You know, you see?
So I don't want to drink all my Coors Light.
Yeah, we're gonna do. Yeah, we'll do a.
No,
I
yeah, I was
wanna
gonna do a
do
side by
it.
side because I've got a couple glasses that I was gonna pour them into just to show it.
Yeah,
Like a side-by-side,
I like where his head's at.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you, man. I've had a lot of time to think about everything. You know, 2 months.
I like it.
Yep.
Hey.
So all right. So we have our Coors Light. We had that taste. We had some. Let it flow through you a little bit. Let the little buzz come through there. So then we'll break out the Keystone now for a little side by side.
My
And-
blue baby right there. I love that.
And as we were just talking about, the Keystone's actually 4.1%. So
Okay.
0.1%
So literally
less
0.1%.
less in the ABV category here.
Wow.
Four Loco got involved with that. That's what happened.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
0.1%.
the 14 to 13.9 here.
yeah, that's what happened.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Get that
I had
Keystone
the hardest
Light there.
time finding
Yes.
this.
Look at all that blue.
Look
Look at all that. Yeah. See. Cheers.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's definitely a totally different taste.
I think so.
So I've
too.
always noticed, and I actually have done this before, is tasting like both of them and stuff. And that's why, of course, I know many people call Coors Colorado Kool-Aid, but Coors has like a sweet aftertaste to it.
Mm-hmm.
And Keystone has that just traditional beer aftertaste, you know?
Yeah, I was going to say it's a lot more.
Yeah.
beer, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So like I've always noticed that Coors Light has that sweet aftertaste.
Yeah, and I
like
think
it's
that's maybe
got-
what I was
yeah.
kind of going at before when I said
Mhm.
that the Coors Light has that different taste to it,
Yeah.
even compared to
It
other
does.
light beers, compared to like a
Exactly.
Miller Light or a Bud Light,
Even
or a
Michelob, yeah. it's
Michelob or Natty Light. The Coors Light always has that different aftertaste
Yeah.
to it. That's why, and it's not that it's not a bad aftertaste
No.
for sure, but it's just
Not at
something
all,
that
yeah.
it's just something that I never gravitate to if I'm in the store and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick up a beer or a light beer, a 12-pack. Coors Light is always a rarity that I'll pick up
Yeah.
in the store. I mean, usually Miller Lite is probably one of my top go-to light beers, and probably the Keystone would be right behind it for the cheaper budget
Yeah. The budget.
variety. I mean, for sure. I mean, this was, I had also picked up, and I had for two some of the 12-ounce cans. I picked up, the 15-pack of those for $11-12 for a
Not bad.
15-pack.
Nice.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
I mean,
$1
that's-
beer.
It's pretty good compared to the Coors Light 12 packs. I mean, those are probably probably like $13.
Yeah, something like
These
that.
days, you know, with these outrageous, raising beer prices constantly, that every time I go into a store, it's like they just keep getting more expensive. I'm like, come on, it's beer. Come on.
Yeah.
$21 in Ohio for a 15-pack for a Coors Light. $21.99 or
Oh
something.
dang, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check out. I haven't really
get a
checked out
30
prices
rack
here.
for 50 cents a beer at a local drive-through gas station we have in a small town.
Did you say you were in Ohio?
Yeah.
What part?
I'm in Dayton.
Dayton. Okay.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Akron, Ohio.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And I've been here since '93 in Kentucky.
Yeah.
My niece lives right across the river from Cincinnati, over there in California, Kentucky.
Yeah.
So they go to Cincinnati like almost every day.
Cincinnati, Dayton, Columbus. It's like this triangle, and they're all an hour from each other. And
I'll tell you what, Cincinnati Airport is crazy.
Oh God.
I haven't seen so many drug dogs in my life.
Oh yeah.
And, I mean, they pace back and forth. They have the drug dogs pacing back and forth in the TSA line.
It's because he's high.
And I don't have drugs on me, but I'm like, what if they smell something? What if I fart wrong? Like what if I,
what do you got up there, man? I don't know. What do you got up there?
Yeah. What are you hiding?
I don't know. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Something's gonna come out. I don't know.
You have a basset hound in your butt.
Right? Yeah. Could have got abducted, by aliens the other night.
Even though you're clean, you still have that sense of like, oh shit.
Yeah. What if they smell something, or I get like not I'm not guilty, I swear, and they're like, you have something. The next thing you're in lockdown. Yeah, you're like, I swear to God.
And they gave you a free prostate exam, and they figure out you don't have it.
I can't walk right for a week now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask a question, Austin.
Yeah.
And how did you find Bumming with Bobcat?
It was Instagram. And how we found each other, honestly, I don't know. I think, I don't know if I saw you posting something with a Keystone Light, it might have been. There for a minute, I was posting a lot of videos when we first started with a lot of Keystone Lights. I was trying to get their attention just to see if they'd get like a follow or a like, anything like that. And that's probably where it just popped up. You know how Instagram.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think I was going through one day and I might have seen one of your videos and you on the dock
like
or
my
something.
Stuff, and then I liked his stuff, and I was like, oh no shit. And then I think
that's basically how Bob and I met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
internet, man, it's a crazy place.
12 years ago or so.
Yeah. It's like, this guy likes Keystone. All right, come on down. All right.
Right. Come on down to the
one of us. Right. One of us.
Yeah. I didn't even know what Instagram was. And my wife now, she's my girlfriend then, she was trying to show me what Instagram was. She's like, oh yeah, you just take pictures or whatever you're doing and you can do hashtags. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna take a picture of me drinking a Colt 45.
Yeah.
And I just used the hashtag Colt 45 and malt liquor, and of course Bob, that's what he searches, and he found, and he liked my thing. And I'm like, hey, somebody liked my picture. I had like 2 likes. I had 2 likes, my wife and then Bob.
Nice.
And that's how that started.
Yeah. Y'all watch South Park? There's that episode where Facebook gets all big and stuff. And then that one kid, I think it was Stan or something like that, adds him. And he's like, Mom, Dad, I have a friend.
Yeah. Look at my one friend, yeah.
I got one friend.
Yeah.
This is so funny. Yeah, I love that episode. Yeah, I think it was through Four Locos how I met y'all. Yeah,
it had to. I don't remember how.
Well, I started following you first because I noticed Four Loco. I was like, hell yeah, more people with Four Loco, and then I was like, oh shit, there's more people that are sponsored. Let's go.
More Four Loco out here. All right.
It's actually pretty big. I don't know if you guys are on the Snapchat or whatever, but there was a F1 race in Vegas. And they had a whole you're wearing the shirt, right? Is that?
I have everything for that. We have this is the NASCAR shirt. Yeah, the NASCAR. So they do the Xfinity series. Ryan Ellis actually drives the car, and that's how I got sponsored on accident. Nice. We were drunk, and I wasn't even drunk on Four Loco, but I had actually just did an interview with with Moonhead. He's one of the spokespersons for Four Loko. And he was there, and he did like an interview on like my experience with Four Loko and stuff like that. I was like, this is so freaking cool, you know. Like I hadn't drank Four Loko in a little bit, you know. Like I need to get back into it, you know. And so we get drunk, and I was drinking nothing but Busch Light, because that's all over, you know, like NASCAR.
Yeah.
And well, we were like, well, the Xfinity races are starting, but we were at turn 1. But we started walking, and we were like, I wonder if we could actually get into the grandstands. You know, like those are expensive seats, but I wondered if it's just the main races that they make you, you know, show your ticket. So we walked in the first time, and then the security lady was like, no, you can't come in here, blah, blah. And we tried to play it off like, oh, we're just using the bathroom, you know. She followed us all the way to the bathroom.
Damn.
So we're like, okay. Yeah, so my drunk ass started thinking while I was taking a piss. I was like, I'm going to figure out a way to do this. So I started looking down the line at all the security people that were waiting at each gate. I was like, all the rest of them are kids, and they're not even paying attention.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, y'all guys follow me. So, like, we start going, and then I noticed one kid just flirting with the other kid, and I was like, let's go. And we just went in there. And I'm over here in, like, some American flag overalls, no shirt underneath. I have one strap undone, you know. I got some Crocs on, like I'm American out, you know. And I had an America hat, and we got literally the second row in the grandstands during the Xfinity races, and they had the Four Loko car, and I was excited about it. So for all 400 laps, I stood every single lap, and I was like, Four Loko, you know, just yelling my ass off. And this girl took a picture of me doing that and posted it on Twitter, and it went viral. And Four Loko was like trying to get a hold of me and stuff. Ryan Ellis tagged me in and stuff. I was like, holy shit. But yeah. And here we are.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Fun time.
So celebrity, we're small potatoes
I
to.
know. There's this guy out there, you know.
I just make some t-shirts, man. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Yeah. I was going to say, well, Kevin brought up the idea.
Yeah.
Kevin
That's
brought up the
right,
idea.
yeah,
I'm going to pour out a little, I mean, I'm sure there's not going to be much of a.
It might be a little bit of a darkness difference.
Like, let's see. That's the
yeah.
Keystone.
Keystone, yeah.
Then we'll pour a little
So Keystone right here, and
Coors Light
right
here.
Yeah.
We always
I think
start
Coors Light be lighter.
when we have a family
Yeah,
get
Coors is
together,
lighter.
drinking Coors Lights, and they're always like, we start with Coors Light. They like to taste better, and because some people don't like. I think Coors Light's definitely a little.
Wait.
See, I am just the opposite. I've gone through a 30 pack.
They're about the same.
Yeah, I mean, from what I can tell right here, I mean, from what you can gather,
Yeah.
I mean, they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even going with the.
I thought for sure Keystone would be darker.
I thought Coors was gonna be a little bit lighter. I haven't really ever paid attention to it, I guess, but yeah, it's about the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But even you can tell the definite taste. Of
Yeah,
the Coors
definitely
Light.
tastes different.
I've been sleeping on Coors or Keystone Light for a while. I mean, we've had so
I've done
much
it since
choose from,
since college. Yeah.
but after I finally went out and started looking for Keystone, actually I couldn't find it anywhere around me where I'm at. Yeah. And luckily I found the only place I had it was a 30 pack. But since then I found other places. So I bought a 30 pack, and I blew through the whole thing this week. And I saved
Like a
two
boss.
of them for the podcast.
Yeah. Well, I told him.
He pre-store them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin, moral of the story, man. This guy is the fastest beer drinker I've seen. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
this one's gone.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
This
I'm
Yeah,
telling
one's
you, man.
gone.
Right. He said last week he found it, and I said, I got 30 pack. I'm like, okay, that'll last you a week. But I'm like, don't drink all of them before we record for this one here.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go out and buy more, which isn't a bad thing.
No,
And luckily it's not breaking the bank, at least.
Yeah.
For
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
For
paid
Y'all want to
you,
know the
I think.
cheapest beer I found here? The cheapest beer, and I don't know. I think it might be just a Texas thing. I'm not sure because we got the Frio River. It's called Frio Light. Have you ever heard of that beer?
I've heard of it. I've never
called
had it,
Frio
but
Light.
I've seen pictures of it. I've
Cheap.
heard of it. Yeah.
Back in college, after I got over my Keystone phase, I started going to Frio because I was like, holy shit, this is much cheaper.
Yeah.
It was literally like $12 for a 30 pack.
Shit.
And I was like, all day. I'll pay that all day.
yes.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're sitting there buying 30 packs and stuff like that. And it tastes like, the best way to describe it, it literally tastes like a watered down Keystone. It tastes like they go through the Frio River and they float it and they just dip the can in there, and all the alcohol that's spilled in there, that's what it is. That's pretty much what we.
So
Small
if you didn't think you could water down a Keystone Light anymore,
Oh yeah,
the Frio Light will even do it even more than that.
Yeah.
If you thought this was a watered down light beer,
Yeah.
not one for you.
Frio is definitely watered down. It's just like drinking liquid death. That's pretty much if you ever had that water, that's kind of how it is, but a little bit of a beer taste.
When Bob sent me some Boxer, which is around his area, and they have 36 packs for how much, Bob?
It's $19, $19.
That's really not bad.
36
I've never
pack.
seen a 36 pack of beer though. That's
the only one. That's the only
The
one.
only
That
one.
was the first time I saw it randomly. I'm like, I had heard of it, but I never saw it by me before. And a couple years ago, I was in a random store in like I'm in New Jersey, so this was by Rutgers University, and like college town, they have all the different stuff there. So I went into the store. It was like a Tuesday afternoon at like 2 p.m. There's nobody in the store besides me, and I go in there. I'm going through the cooler, and I saw on the bottom shelf, I see Boxer Light 36 pack, and I'm like, holy shit! And I go to the register, and I'm like, how much is the 36 pack? He's like, oh, $19.99. I sold. And then after that, it started to pop up more. Near where I was, and they had Boxer regular, Boxer Ice. But I'm like, a 36 pack is the only one. I think the only 36 pack out there is a Boxer. It's only 30s. 30s is what you'll find. Of everything. Like it's a unique marketing tool, and it's cheap.
Yeah,
and it's not a great beer. It's not bad though.
But getting on topic, what brought it up is I thought it would be just a watered down light beer or a flavorless beer, and surprisingly, it's a full bodied light beer. The Boxer Ice is amazing, and I was so blessed to be able to try it. It's nowhere around me.
I haven't seen it around. I've heard of it, but you don't see it anywhere around here. Yeah. There's so many. You know what I hate is our grocery store. We have HEB. It's kind of like Kroger or like whatever, and they keep on moving and switching up their beer selection for the singles, and it's starting to piss me off. I'm like, they used to have a really good selection, and then they of course they kind of lowered their selection and then moved it to the other side. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But now I walked in a week ago, and I walked in there and I was like, okay, I want to come in here and I want to get this, I want to get that. Yeah. I was like, where the fuck are the singles? They moved it to the actual beer aisle, and there's maybe like a few choices, not very many, and they don't have a good 40 selection like they used to.
Yeah.
So I have to go. I got to stick with the ghetto. That's just,
Hey, you if you want the good stuff, you got to go to the sketchy.
Got to go to the ghetto.
We've talked about that.
We've already been over.
Yep.
We've talked about that many times here, and I think that's the same with a lot of places. I know I've seen that with places by me over the years. Is that you used to have all these great big selections of beer, and every time I go in, it seems like it's less and less of the cheap beer. And it's more of all the flavored, if it's the Mike's Hard or the whole line of the
twisted teas,
seltzers, twisted teas, and the line of Modelo's. I mean, I know. Well, Kevin's over there. I see you mixing up that.
I am. I did it in both.
And enchilada there, I like the.
Yeah, I did it in both. I've tried the Keystone one, and I was like, it needs a couple more drops. So.
All right.
I was gonna say you got that whole line of the Modelo's on the shelves, and
I got a couple buddies. They swear by always putting a lime even in their light beer. They'll put a lime in the Keystone. Honestly,
I can't do lime and Keystone or Coors. No.
Really?
Yeah, I could do it in Dose or like Modelo, but like Keystone and all that, I just don't know. I can do the lime salt, but a lime, I'm just like, I feel like
I could put lime in everything. I could put
I could put
Cheerios.
100%, totally agree.
Put Cheerios. Oh, dude, I've done that before. I did Keystone. It wasn't Cheerios. It was Keystone and Fruit Loops in college one time. I was so drunk that I just popped open a can of Keystone and I sat there with a bowl and I just poured it in there and just started eating it. It wasn't bad. Of course, I was
3,000 subs on Bub, and you got to eat a bowl of Fruit Loops with some Keystone.
All right, there we go. There's a challenge.
I'll do it.
I'm calling. We're writing it up. Write it up
right here. It's on record.
There we go.
I'll do it.
100,000 He's doing it right here.
3,000.
I'll do it sober. That's the best part.
Yeah.
I'll do it sober.
Yeah,
I
we'll
drank
do-
myself out of beer. I got to go to the fridge.
All right. Let's
Yeah,
see. That episode, he will start out eating the cereal with the Keystone. We'll start
Yeah,
it out
Eating
that
it
way.
right when I get introed. I'll just start
Yeah,
talking.
yeah. Just, won't even.
Just
We'll just
nonchalant
start it.
eating
There'll be no intro. It'll just be we'll start it and it'll be you eating.
Just me just
Yeah,
calmly
by
eating
yourself. Yeah, just you on your own as you.
Yeah.
And then once you
Twas
finish
the
it,
night
then
before
everybody else
Christmas.
comes in.
No talking. You're not allowed to talk. You just have to eat
No
the whole
talking,
thing.
just eat it.
Yeah.
That would be good. I'm down.
Yeah.
Cereal
funny.
eating here.
That's
Oh
funny.
yeah, put my mouth right by the microphone, and you just hear me chewing.
You get the
Yeah.
crunch it down. Yeah,
Next
people
thing you
like
know, you got a Fruit Loop sponsor.
that. Yeah,
Right? Oh god, man, that'd be good, man.
We'll
That's
take
so
it.
good.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
So
the
I
first
was-
thing Four Loko sent me was that ski mask.
Oh yeah.
That's a 4 Loko.
They sent me a neon yellow ski mask and told me that they wanted me to start tattooing in it, which I haven't done a tattooing in a while. It just gets hot, especially with a beard. It gets hot,
Yeah.
and I start to get kind of lightheaded, while I'm tattooing in it. I'm like, I can't.
Just put
I could do a
fan.
small one.
Just put a fan on you. Just put a.
Right. Get like
Yeah.
a built-in fan on it and stuff.
They
like
got those. They
Spider-Man
got
has.
those neck fans. Those
Yeah,
like,
there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah. It
put
looks
it
like
up
headphones,
underneath
kind of.
the. Yeah, just put it up underneath the mask.
So this is my
do
last
that,
can
yeah.
of Keystone.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Peace.
Break it down.
Oh, you got a wine glass. He's getting fancy.
No, I have wine glass. This
That's
is
not
from
a-
Is that a
Good
wine?
Belgian.
Oh no,
It's a
that's
beer.
not okay.
So I was looking too, and
Yeah,
we
that's
were saying before about that the Keystone was the 4.1%, the Coors Light's 4.2, and also calorie wise, Coors Light is 102, and Keystone is 101.
Oh,
Wow.
so they're literally like 1.1 and one off. That's
Yeah, they're right
yeah,
next to each
huh.
other. Right
Do you
there.
think they do like kind of like what they do with like motorcycles and stuff, where they call it like a 1200, but really it's like a 1199?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
there.
that might be what it is.
We're going to round
It's
up.
It's
Yeah.
a competition.
Round
Thing,
it up,
It's
yeah.
kind of a marketing
So
thing.
I mean, what it really comes down to with these is like, okay, well, we're drinking both of them there, and now what do you guys think? What do you think is which one would you pick as your choice out of the two of them? Roadhouse, you want to start?
Yeah. I've drank plenty of Coors Light, plenty of it. This week, I've, let's say, as we're recording, this is Thursday. I am pleasantly surprised with the Keystone Light, and I'm probably going to be on a run of that for the rest of the summer. Price point and taste and satisfaction I get from it, I'm impressed. So that's me. I'm on Keystone.
I think Roadhouse is going team Keystone.
Yeah.
All right,
Kev,
all right.
Kevin, what do you think?
So this is a tough one, man, and I might get a little bit scientific here, but
All right, take your time. It's all right.
So it depends on. First off, it depends on the day, I guess, and like, of course, here in Texas, we have every season, like in a week. On a hot day, and if it's if I'm really craving a beer, I'd probably go Keystone. Now if I'm just like, and if I'm trying to get drunk, really cheap Keystone for sure. Now, if I'm just sitting down, like enjoying a meal or something like that, probably a Coors, just because it has that sweet taste to it and it kind of adds to the flavor.
Okay.
It's a really good, maybe like a really good cheap,
Okay.
not cheap because it's a little bit more expensive than Keystone, but all around, I'd probably go now that I'm drinking it, and I mixed the chelada and kind of compared them. Definitely Keystone, like all around. I think I'm gonna go Team Keystone, but.
Okay, two.
I still every so often got to stick with my motherland beer, dude. I got to.
Hey, yeah, I know you got. You're
But-
feeling it in there, and you got that. It's tough. It's a tough call.
It is a tough call, but honestly, I tried the chelada in both of them, and it just doesn't taste right in the Coors. It's weird. It doesn't go with it. As good as
It's
Keystone.
probably it's that aftertaste to it, that sweet taste probably.
I think
probably what it is, but I think all around Team Keystone. Yeah, as he was saying, it's kind of a different aftertaste, but it's a little bit more satisfying, I guess, when you're craving a beer.
Okay. All right. So we got 2 for Keystone and Austin. What do you say? I know
Listen,
you came in here with Keystone. Are you leaving with the Keystone today? Let's see.
this is going to come to a shock for everybody listening right now. Okay.
Uh-oh.
But I'm actually kind of disappointed next to each other, drinking both of them side by side. I'm a little bit disappointed in the Coors Light.
Oh, okay.
I think Keystone tastes like a beer.
Yeah,
think
you're
Coors
correct.
Light is a
Yeah.
little too softer. I won't bash them because I love Coors Light. I love it.
Yeah. Respect on that.
Keystone Light, 100%. It's got that beer. I feel like I don't know if I'm on.
I feel manlier drinking
I feel
Keystone.
what-
There
I
you
feel
go.
what you're
Got
saying.
some huevos on me, you know.
Yeah,
When I'm
yeah.
drinking Keystone, you know what I mean? People look at you kind of funny. I was leaving the gas station the other day, and they're like, Keystone Light. I'm like, what are you drinking? That fucking seltzer, bro? Come on.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
exactly.
pay-
You got that case of White
Yeah,
Claw
okay,
on
White
there.
Claw,
It's
you
like,
don't
You don't pay my bills.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get out of here, man. Come on. Get out of here. Would you pay for this? No. I'm going Keystone Light 100%.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that my friends don't think so because they don't drink any of my beer out of my fridge. So
see, yeah, tell
That's
them
what
they
I
got
like
bring,
about
bring
my
their own.
fridge. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm always like
100%.
BYOB because if you don't like it, whatever.
yeah, I was like, they're like, you got beer? I'm like, yeah, but you might not like it.
Yeah, that has never bothered me because anytime we had to get together or cook out and BYOB, I always showed up with malt liquor.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody's drinking Bud Light or Miller Light or something like that, and I got a brown bag. And they're like, "Oh, if someone brings a brown bag to
He
party,
wrote
there's
how
got to
sneak
be
it in there with
something
like
good in it."
40
got
of
the
the,
Old
of the
English.
old
And then
English over there, you
rip
know?
out
What's
this 40
the
of
what's
Colt
the name of the
45.
malt liquor that comes in the green bottle? Like
Mickey's.
Mickey's.
Yeah, that was the first beer I ever had because it's got like
Mickey's.
Really?
in the
Dude,
cap.
Dude, that popped your cherry, baby.
Yeah, I know. I was like, man, I'm gonna start it strong.
Yep. Malt liquor
got
is
to.
amazing.
All right,
I
so we
forgot
got-
what my first. I know what my first alcohol was Smirnoff. My mom used to give us Smirnoff back in the day.
I got a couple of bottles.
Shout out to you, mom.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom found a bottle of that Smirnoff underneath my bed when I was younger, and and she kept it. And when I turned 21, that was my birthday present.
Oh wow, that's
Okay,
did you
yeah,
drink
well,
it?
that was good at
That's
least.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
it was half gone. I mean, it was
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. At least it wasn't
Right.
like dumped out or anything. So that
No,
was
no. That was pretty funny.
good
She
thing.
found it, she kept it all for like, man, I don't think it was probably.
We don't have enough podcast time for how many times my dad found underage alcohol in my room or in my
That's
car or
funny.
anything like that.
Yeah, but hey,
You know what's funny was back in the day. So my mom was a big Jack Daniels person too.
Yeah.
And so I'd get mad, because I was like, man, my dad was an alcoholic. Like, he divorced him, blah, blah. Like, I got pissed off, and I'd get her bottles of Jack Daniels, and I'd pour it down the balcony of our apartment, and I'd refill it with apple juice. Well, at that same time, we had these freaking, I don't know if they're Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, I think they were Jehovah's Witnesses that were in and out of our house, like, trying to get my mom to stop smoking. And I don't know what their problem was. I don't know what their deal was, but they would always, like, walk in without knocking.
What?
And so for the longest time, my mom thought,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. For the longest time,
Yeah,
my mom
100%.
thought it was them doing that. And
Wow.
now I actually not too long ago broke it to her. I was like, that was me, mom.
oh,
Oh,
it
I
was
wow.
love
me.
you.
Yeah.
That was me. But I feel bad about it because
Yeah. Don't you love
Jack
getting a
Daniels
little?
ain't bad.
Yeah, you feel like what's the age where you can start telling your parents all the fucked up shit that they have
Yeah.
no clue what was going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm slow. I'm slowly doing it. I'm kind of slowly doing it now. I'll share a little bit at a time. Like, hey, mom, by the way,
Yeah.
By the way, I
Oh,
did
man,
this.
my
Oh,
parents used
okay.
to
that was
have-
me.
They used to
I
have,
did tell her too about cigarettes. Me and my little brother used to steal her cigarettes, man.
Yeah.
And he was an idiot. He was a fucking idiot. He would go in the bathroom and turn on the little vent and think
Mhm.
that would work. And I was like,
Oh,
it's not
no.
gonna work.
Yeah.
I'd be out on the balcony smoking one because
Yeah, you
it's
can go
outside.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like spraying
and-
some cologne on, like it doesn't smell like cologne, and
Yeah, exactly. Why do you
Oh,
stink like
yeah.
cologne? Yeah.
yeah. He got
My
caught.
parents would
I
have
never
poker
did.
night, or they play cards or euchre or something, and I always volunteered to be bartender. In the other room, I'd go make everybody's drinks.
Smart.
They would do screwdrivers, Jim Beam rye and Coke and stuff like that. And I'd go make everybody's drinks, and then I'd proof all of them before I took them out to them. You know,
Gotta make sure they taste good.
yeah.
Yeah. Taste test. I used to do the same thing when I bartended. Wasn't supposed to, but I did it anyways. Like,
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, a little straw.
By the time I'm done with my shift, I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, man.
No kidding.
Dude, actually, so as I told y'all, James Cox passed away. The last time that we hung out was we had this award ceremony, and I had got the Black Belt Excellence Award, which I was completely blown away by that, But they have a bar in that hotel that we have the award ceremony at, and so like we're drinking, and we have our own personal bartender. He's got his setup and stuff like that. So before we finished, he bought out the whole bar, and he goes, "Y'all drink whatever the guys got left." And we were trying, but I was fucked up, and I still had pneumonia. So I'm like fighting. I'm fighting, trying not to cough and all this stuff like that, and like all this, and I'm fucked up. But then afterwards, like we all get to the point where like we're done drinking, and we tell the bartender, just whatever alcohol you have, just put it back, like whatever. And so we were going to go to this bar and grill right next door at the mall. And so he goes, "Hey, meet us over there. We're going to go over there, and we're going to close them out too. We're going to buy out the whole bar, blah, blah." Like, and we were all like, "Yeah, let's fucking do it." Like, well, I get in my Jeep, and I looked over at Jackie, and I was like, she's like, "You all right?" And I was like, "Hold on." And I just opened my door, and I just everywhere.
Yes.
So they're all, everybody's like, "Are you good? Do we need to go home? Like, you good? Like, blah blah." I was like, let's keep going. Yeah. I mean,
now I'm in.
That was
it's a reboot.
All right, that's good.
Yeah,
it's a reboot.
Hey, I was gonna say there was no blood in that. There was no blood in that.
None
one,
at all.
Right? So
Yeah.
good.
I checked.
Good. We're good.
That place,
Barbecue sauce.
Yeah, we're good. We're good this time, guys. Right. We're good.
So that place was closed. So he's like, "All right, y'all come back to my house, right?" Well, he's got all these expensive bottles of liquor, and I feel I'm one of those guys where I can't have that. I'm unconscious. So I'm not gonna drink all your expensive liquor. So I kept putting the expensive liquor back, and he's like, I wanted me to be the bartender, and I don't drink Coke, but then also all the kids are drinking the Cokes, and so I'm trying to figure out what to mix things with. So we were really just taking a lot of like shots of whiskey and vodka and whatever else. But I was like, we need to mix this stuff. So I was like, hey, James, like, what do you have to mix this? And he goes, check my fridge. He goes, open the fridge and just take whatever. All he had in the fridge was almond milk. And this is what I mean by he's the healthiest guy I ever met,
Yes.
Like, so he's got almond milk in there. So we were mixing whiskey and almond milk and vodka and almond milk. Terrible.
Come on.
So
Show
terrible.
me the nipple on an almond, bud. Show me the nipple on an almond. Yeah, where's that at?
I'm sure we could find it if we looked hard enough.
Yeah.
It was so bad, though. And we were so drunk, we just didn't care. But I'm over here taking shots of all that. I was like, this is terrible, but I'm going to keep going. God bless. So it was a fun time, but almond milk and whiskey does not mix very well.
I would not think so to begin with.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're desperate, I would just say at that point, man, just drink the whiskey. I mean, don't even bother trying. Don't even try to mix it.
Well, I'm a curious guy, man. You just got to try it.
Hey, all right. Hey, try anything once. All right. That's Kevin's motto over there.
That's right.
And I guess
speaking of that, have y'all mixed it yet? Have y'all mixed it?
No, I didn't. I didn't try mixing the two. Maybe I should. I got a little bit left of each of these, so maybe that'll be the way to.
Wow.
Me being a lush, I drank myself out of the choices. So.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
You got the Montucky now.
Oh, shit.
Oh man, I had one of those. Yeah, they don't have them over here. They're pretty solid, but they don't have them here. Yeah, kind of sad.
So
try them together, they ain't bad.
Some of the guys I've seen posted, theirs is a 4.1%. And I made a post the other day in Montucky, and I'm like, perfect 8% beer. And
is it 8% or is it?
This one is.
Really?
Oh yeah, it is.
So which one's a 4.1? Is it a different?
It must be not around me because I've never seen a 4.1 Montucky.
Yeah, it's a pretty stout beer, but it's not bad. Did you taste it? How does it taste?
It's full flavored. It's great. I've been getting tall boys of it, but I found a 12-pack of it yesterday, and I went ahead and got it. No.
So so Kevin, what do you think of the mixture here? It's not bad. The mixture.
That's not bad. I think they need to do it. I think they need to make a
pretty solid.
A Coors,
pretty solid.
It'll be called the Keystone Light.
Keystone Light.
CLKL.
I love it.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, but they spell Coors with a K, so it'd be like
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I love that.
Let's go on Shark Tank, guys. Let's go on Shark Tank.
I'm in. Let's go.
Mark Cuban's going to give us $500,000 for.
Yeah, let's go. All right, loaded them up.
And we'll pull Austin's hats into the mix too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that'll be the official mascot of everything.
Call me Lucky.
That's not bad. It's actually pretty good.
Bad,
it's got
not
a good.
bad. I guess we got a little off track because you guys all went through. We had 3 votes for Keystone.
Yeah.
We never got to you.
Yeah, I never got. Yeah, I know. Kevin went off on a tangent here.
ADHD,
about God knows what.
Come on, Bob. What do you got?
We want Bob.
So I got So they're both done now. So that's
all right. Where
we're at here, and the Coors Light. Like I said, I've never been a big fan of that. I said not that it's bad. I don't want to say it's not a bad beer. It's not bad at all. I don't want people to think that it's a bad beer. It's drinkable. I will not turn it down if that's what you give me, if that's what you have there. But the Keystone Light, as the can says, always smooth.
Yes,
it is a smooth beer.
It is,
and I don't know why. I mean, it's cheap, it's smooth, it's drinkable, and it gets a bad rap. And that's a shame because, like I said, for those of us that want to drink on a budget and don't want to be spending all our money on beer, when you can get a 15-pack of this for like $12, or a 30-pack for around 20, I think is usually where I can get it for here. It's hard to beat that, and it's easy, drinkable, it tastes like beer. If you're counting calories, 101 calories, it's not bad for you there. So I'm on Team Keystone too.
Yes,
so we got four. Let's go.
We got
Keystone.
our four horsemen here
of
the Keystone Light here.
Those are terrible shots, by the way. Have y'all ever had? What is it? Is it 3 horsemen or 4 horsemen? It's a 4 horseman shot.
Oh,
Have you ever had one of those?
You're talking a bourbon shot there.
I know. I was just saying, those are terrible shots. When you drink one of those, you're not going to remember it.
Yeah.
Well, when I show all my friends this episode, and I swear to God, I'm going to, they're going to be pissed about the Keystone thing.
People will. I mean,
did they pay you for whatever?
No, tell them that you got new friends now.
Like-minded individuals, you guys are out.
So my piercer drinks
friends
nothing
aren't
but
real.
Coors.
Yeah,
my piercer,
it's a shame.
Yeah.
So my piercer drinks nothing but Coors. So I'm going to show her this episode.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll turn on Keystone. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Maybe
Give
we'll
it a
mix
try.
them.
I mean,
Yeah,
well, it used to say on the bottle that it was Coors. It used to be a C like the Coors Light logo.
Yes, the old cans did have the Coors Brewing Company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they used
what it would say here, but they recently redesigned the can for these ones because the last ones where it was like Keystone Light, which they got sued for by Stone Brewing because of it saying Stone, that they were. Stone Brewing Company, thought that they were trying to trick people into thinking it was Stone, because it was like the one part of the can said Key, then it was Stone, and then Light. So then they had to redesign the cans, and it was like Keystone Light with just the blue and everything.
Okay.
But then they recently, earlier this year, did these ones here with the yellow and all that stuff there.
I will say this:
they
coming from
probably knew what they
Ohio,
were doing with that.
I'm sure they did, because it was like, people know that Stone, the big, craft beer, and
it's not an IPA.
No, it's definitely nowhere near a Stone like 25% IPA.
But most of their shit's IPA.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know what I need to do, guys? And I might do it actually. I might mail y'all one. So they have that. Did I tell y'all the Tears of Osiris beer from the brewery here? that was like 17% alcohol, I believe, or something like that. I believe. I
You
forgot.
might
I don't
have
know if I
talked
did.
about it. I don't know if you did or not.
I might see if I could get I don't know if they still have some. If not, they do have a couple that are pretty high, and send it to y'all and see what y'all think about it.
Oh shit!
I know.
I'm ready.
I'm a brewery guy. As I said, I'm a
I
beers
am
guy,
too.
and yeah, everywhere I travel, I got to go to a brewery.
Yeah,
But I might send it
they
to
all
y'all,
deserve
see what
their
you
time and place. That's the
Yeah.
whole thing. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to support the little guys
I do.
and the
Absolutely.
breweries and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when it comes to the big guys, we're all like, we want to drink cheap.
Yeah, I'll do.
And that's
Exactly.
Yeah, that is true. I'm all about drinking cheap.
Yep.
And we've been on a big tall boy thing. I haven't got a lot of 12 packs lately. I'll just stop at the store and get like a couple of tall boys or something. And even like me and my peers came up with this little thing where we do like team meetings or staff meetings or whatever, and we just get a couple of tall boys and we're just shoot the shit, and kind
Rip
of
off
whatever.
some crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
every
fun,
Friday
man.
I get together with the guys that I work with, and we cut out a little early, and we have ourselves a couple beers from the local.
You have to.
street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to, man.
Well, good for you guys. I'm proud of all of y'all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Roadhouse, I'm proud of you, man. Hey, and honestly, I know you're kind of rubbing it in and everything, but that did help me out in the hospital. Send me videos because I was like, I was feeling the beer through you. You know what I'm saying?
A
Like,
little secret,
yeah.
Kevin and I, we Snapchat daily,
We do. Yeah,
Nice.
we're just sitting random
multiple
shit in the
times.
mornings.
So it's just, pretty much keep up with each other's life and all the
Yeah.
things going on.
I love
This
it.
is all about. This is what this is all about. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. That's the best part. The best part of my days is like
Yeah.
waking up and being able to do that. With friends and stuff like that. Because I keep my circle small here. But like
Sure.
just because you never know. But with you guys, I'm like, man, it's like a family reunion every time.
Exactly. And we always bring it. We're always welcoming new members to the family.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
We do.
And I feel super welcome to you guys.
We are a very welcoming crew over here. We always say
Super
it's the no judgment zone. We always say here,
That's good.
where you sit back, you have a few drinks, you have a good time,
Yeah.
just shoot the shit and see what happens. But
I
hey,
couldn't tell you how you could find me on Snapchat. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We can send each other Snapchats through Instagram or something.
Oh yeah.
And just keep
Yeah.
up
I'll
with
have
each other. Make a
Bum
group chat.
send me all the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
We-
Snapchat for like 4 years and never once used it.
There was so we have a group chat with like a bunch of his friends and stuff like that. And after I got out of the hospital, before I had actually started getting pneumonia and stuff, I felt pretty good. So we went to Houston to see family and stuff like that. And we went to the South Houston. So like that's the Mexican part, like you're in Mexico. And we went to this place to get elote because I was like, I have to get elote. Well, because of all the antibiotics that I was on and stuff like that, I had the shits bad. Like bad.
No, all those pain meds you took while you're in the
and that
hospital.
too, yeah. So I went in next door and there was another restaurant next door, and none of them spoke English except for the kid that was in there. And she goes, "I'm sorry, you have to buy something if you're gonna use the bathroom." I was like, "I'll buy something. Just let me go."
Yeah.
So I get on Snapchat, and I'm sitting on the toilet, and I just get the camera right here, and I'm looking at the camera, and then all of a sudden you hear, just it's just explosive.
Hey, I'm ready. I'm the guy next to you. You ready? I'm the guy next to you in the stall.
Yes. Yeah.
Or like the awkward guy that's sitting there trying to be quiet, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let it go,
It
man.
was so
Just let it
great.
go.
Everybody was like, "What the fuck, dude?" I was like, "I just thought I'd share that with y'all." It was a great
Appreciate it. Always appreciate that. Because
Oh,
when
it was
Kevin
rough, man.
shows up, you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I won't drink this and try to forget it at all. I promise.
Yeah.
That's
I
right,
guess
man.
I'm looking. You can find me on Snapchat at Roadhouse71.
Roadhouse.
All right, everybody, y'all go add him and send butthole pictures to him. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I just added.
Oh, man.
See if
Please
you
don't
just
do
got that. Did you just get a message?
Please don't do that.
Don't do that. Hey,
Don't-
so I was gonna ask y'all too. Do y'all do the podcast on y'all's laptops and stuff? I might start doing that instead of my phone.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I've got a laptop. I might start doing that. That way I can kind of do, if I need to show you anything on the phone or anything like that. I think that might be better. That way I'm also not sideways.
Well, you fixed it.
Sometimes.
You fixed it.
I did
beforehand.
fix it,
We make
but
sure you
yeah.
weren't sideways, beforehand here. So we're
Yeah,
always
so-
looking out for it. Yeah. See, never know what you're gonna.
Yeah,
get,
exactly.
What you'll
Yeah.
need in the process there. But hey,
Yep.
Keystone
Exactly,
Light,
yeah, 'cause-
Coors Light.
Keystone wins.
The battle, the
Keystone
Keystone wins four in a row right there. 4
Mhm.
votes for Keystone Light. Yeah, I mean it's interesting. It's
Yep.
nothing against Coors Light, as we all said. It was
No,
drinkable. We'll drink it. It was just one of those battles that's always in the back of your mind.
Yep.
And when Roadhouse brought that up to me a couple of weeks back, and it's like, is this the same beer? I mean, is it?
Yeah.
It's definitely not. It's definitely
not. It's definitely not. There's a
little brother
distinct-
battle. Absolutely.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a
it's
distinct
definitely big
difference.
brother, little brother battle. And I think the little brother, which would be the Keystone, is the one that takes the crown because it's smoother and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was a taboo subject.
Yeah, and
You always kind of linked them together, but we never put the puzzle pieces together.
yeah, it's brewed in the
Yeah.
same place, the same brewery.
Yep.
And Keystone Light has that stigma to it.
Yeah.
That it's a cheap college beer, but does that make it a bad beer? No.
No, not at all. But
No.
it gets a bad rap because of that. Because college students drink it because it's cheap, and so
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Oh, it's just a cheap, shitty beer," and it's really not. It gets a bad
Uh-huh.
rap, and honestly, I haven't drank it in a long time. I have a friend that drinks it, and I actually tattooed the Keystone logo on him and stuff, and everything like that. And I just never really think about it. And now that I really start thinking about it, and we did this, I'm like, Keystone is actually it's a very enjoyable beer. I mean, Coors is too, and as you said, Bob, like, don't get us wrong, we're not saying Coors is a terrible beer, especially
No,
since
not
I'm
at
from
all.
Colorado. I can't say that, but it's just a different taste.
It's
and
different,
Keystone has that manly beer taste that you're looking for when you're looking for a beer. Coors has that more like, okay, I'm going to sit down and eat a meal and maybe enjoy a Coors, and it pairs with your meal.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. And they're both all day drinking beers. You can sit there all day, especially now, summertime, parties, poolside.
Yeah.
We always say that you want that beer that's the light beer you can drink all day long. You're hanging out from like noon to like 10 p.m. or later. You're hanging out poolside, grilling, chilling with friends, barbecues, things like that. These are the type of beers you want to pick up and have in the cooler for the whole day.
Yep.
And you can pound down a ton of these and
not feel it,
and not hate yourself the next day.
Yeah. That's the
That's-
big
You can't
that's-
drink all day if you don't start when you wake up.
Exactly.
I'm gonna knock
exactly.
on wood. I've never thrown up with Keystone, even in college.
Okay.
That's crazy. I that's one of those beers that I've never thrown up with. Coors, I have.
Never thrown up.
just 'cause I-
hydrating.
yeah, but Keystone, I don't. Yeah, I don't. We used to sneak off all the time to the beach and throw bonfires and have Keystone. So
Yeah.
never really threw it up. Yeah.
Awesome.
I will say one gripe with Keystone Light, right? Well, not to bring sports into it, but I'm going to. I'm an Ohio State fan from Ohio.
Yes.
OH, the blue and yellow, it kills me. It kills me. If you can make Coors wins the point for being red and gray and
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
Okay, for color and can design goes to Coors
Give
Light
me
from
on
Austin.
You don't know how
Yeah.
many times I didn't buy a product because it was yellow.
Yes. Ugh.
Well, Roadhouse, was it you who was complaining about the can? Somebody complained about the can to me.
I was like, what's this yellow?
Yeah, I don't know if you or
Blue
somebody.
and yellow. What is it? Are we in Michigan? Get out.
Same
Yeah,
same with
go
being
there.
from Akron, Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm a diehard Browns fan.
Nothing wrong.
I don't buy anything yellow because of Michigan and Pittsburgh. I don't yellow and black.
100%.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah. Yellow.
Right, it could be the best thing in the world. I don't want it.
Yep. I don't even care. Yep.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That
So
would
what
be my
you're saying
one.
though, Austin, is you're saying that Coors needs to switch with Keystone, like color-wise?
I'm saying
that's
with this beer,
We're gonna
in
petition
this
for that.
can, I would
Change the
be
yellow.
hooked. Yeah, blue
Well,
and
if
yellow.
they,
yellow
if they
to
switch if they
something
switched it back to, I mean, I know for sure
gray,
in the box
red.
I have here,
Yeah.
I know I have a Keystone Light can over here. I just don't want to get up and get it right now.
Yeah.
From when I did all the 24s last year was the different was the old can,
Yeah.
which was like a blue, like the blue can with the either white and the gray. There was no yellow on the previous can there. So hey, this constructive criticism here, or
You know how
just
bad
throwing it out there.
my hate for yellow is? You know those popular totes that you buy at Home Depot or
With the yellow
they're
top.
black
You all get the
with
yellow
yellow lids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spray painted all the lids black. I swear to God, I did.
I mean,
No
that's
Steelers fans here,
a
but
little extreme, but hey.
Yeah.
No,
No.
that's
no
I'm not
judgment.
gonna have a yellow and black tote in my house.
All right.
that.
I was gonna say a
every
little
man
extreme,
has his
but it's a judgment-free zone here. We're not
Bring
gonna
on the
we're
hate.
not gonna
Bring on
we're
the
not,
hate.
we're not gonna bring it up here. We're not gonna bring it up here. We did it. We covered it all here
Yes,
today.
yeah, we did.
The battle of the
Fantastic
Keystone
episode.
Light and the Coors Light. What's next? Let us know if there's something you guys want to hear us debate. Let us know down in the comments. Comment down below.
Yeah, comment, guys.
Let us know.
And subscribe.
And
So I
subscribe.
can
Yeah.
eat my
Hey,
Fruit
I
Loops
was gonna say 3,000 subscribers. Kevin will eat his Fruit Loops with the Keystone Light
I'll do it.
as we start the podcast. So
Yeah,
if
I
you
will.
want to see
I'll do
that,
it.
let us know. And we said that the 2K we're gonna get another round of Edward 40 hands. And Austin, you're more than
Hey,
welcome
what
to
was the
join
uh,
us.
Was it?
I'm in the invite. I'm
Yeah, you were
ready to
gonna
go.
do. Roadhouse was gonna do a race too on who could drink the fastest, right?
Oh,
As
wow.
well.
There was the
Was it?
Dennis brought up the
Yeah.
challenge
Said
to
that, right?
Roadhouse for the it was the Natty Ice. It was like
It was the Natty Ice,
3,000.
yeah.
It was 3,000 something subscribers. If we got to, he wanted
3,069 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. We'll go
Yeah.
back and look for the exact number, but it was
forget, yeah.
3,000 something that Dennis wanted to compete with Roadhouse to see who could go through a 12-pack of Natty Ice the fastest. I think was the challenge.
Who's
So
your money on?
we have a lot of challenges out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if there's
we
a
do.
challenge you want to see,
If you want a
for-
challenge, bring it up because
bring it up there.
Yeah, we're
I
down.
need
I don't know
different
about
the
a
hospital.
things in
challenge.
my life.
Yeah, I don't know so much about a challenge, but I'd be interested on one. My brother's favorite, Rolling Rock.
Ooh.
Yes. Bring it on.
I would be down to go after some Rolling Rock with you guys for sure too. And any other,
I love some Rolling Rock. Rolling Rock,
too.
I can drink Rolling Rocks like it's nothing.
Maybe I'll have
I
my
have to
brother.
have y'all send it over here because I don't think we have Rolling Rock over here.
No,
Oh,
get
you're
searching,
mixing or
get
not?
looking,
I'll
out
start
there,
looking.
Kevin. Go searching for
I'll look
that.
in the ghetto.
Green
It's there.
I'll go in the ghetto.
Yeah, it's just
I'll-
got to be out there. I mean, it's nationwide beer.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably just
I
hidden.
finally found garage beer. I finally found the garage
Okay.
beer, and I was really excited.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all think about garage beer. My favorite was actually the lime one. I prefer
Yeah.
the lime one.
It's a
over
good.
the-
that's a solid
Yeah.
lime beer. The garage
was
Both
beer
really
of them
good.
are
lime.
solid, but the lime is on point.
It was perfect.
Yeah, it's
The
the
original
right
was
amount
good.
of lime. Yeah,
But the lime one was just. I was like, man.
yeah.
I
we'll
gotta
have
do
to.
it.
We'll have to revisit the garage beer again soon because it's not too pricey. It's a little bit above, but not too
Yeah.
bad.
It's
I found a
leveled
stack of them
out.
at Walmart.
It's leveled out.
It's
Yeah,
probably
I
it's
found
at like the same price now as like a Coors Light for like a 12
Yeah, it's about
pack
the same-
or
yeah,
a
yeah.
case or something
It's-
like that.
I'm going to bring
But
it up in the next podcast about demographic and beer pricing.
See, so stay tuned.
Stay
you go.
tuned
Stay tuned.
because I've been doing my research on demographic.
Oh
and
man,
beer pricing,
Roadhouse he's out there crunching numbers and
and-
everything.
yes, and
Yeah.
Have like a
pissed.
whole Excel sheet.
Yeah, he's
Like a
I'm
whole
Yeah.
Excel
really
sheet. on
pissed.
the-
So
Got pie charts and graphs and everything. He's
Yeah.
gonna take out the whole spindle of printer paper, or like
Yeah.
we got all this stuff out there.
you know,
so-
all comes from
I just checked his Amazon and he's got a pocket protector on the way.
Everything.
Botox.
and it's got the
I
old
don't know.
the calculator
You know,
watch here.
Yeah.
You can go like this.
I'll put it in my hat.
Yeah.
You know,
There you
it's
go.
going backwards. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like
I had to do the hat backwards. by the way.
flipping the
I've got a-
switch.
I've got mine as a
Kevin's
flat
got
bill.
more hair than I do.
Yeah,
Nice.
you know what? I'll send you a picture of the last
Look at
picture of me
that
and James
outfit.
Cox took.
Get the
It
fuck
was,
out. You got a full head of hair.
I was completely bald in my award picture. It was shiny. It was very shiny. I'm just embracing the baldness.
Yeah.
I do
You know?
too. I mean, I got an excuse. I'm 53,
Bald is a haircut.
and I raised
hairstyle.
little boys, so that's where my
Yeah.
That's where the hair went. Yeah.
That's where my hair went.
Dude,
It's gone.
you know, I had a couple women. Actually, I had one woman today. This morning in the martial arts class, we were doing like hair grabs and like how to defend on that and stuff. And she didn't know that this part of your hair, when you start going bald, is called your bald, right? And so I said, well, I don't have any hair, but you can grab me in the bald, or you can grab my bald. And she looked at the other instructor and she goes, did he just say grab his balls? And I was like, no. I said, no, please don't do that.
No.
You've already kicked me enough in
Not
the
that.
day.
Yeah.
I said, just grab my bald. You know, like she like literally slapped her hand and she goes, and I was
Okay,
like,
Raiders 0 to 10.
Well, I'm super happy we got a new family member.
I
Yeah.
know.
Definitely. I was
It's
going to say,
growing.
also,
Very
before we
awesome.
sign off here, tell everybody again where they can find you and the Lucky Dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
company there.
So it's getting ready to change, but Lucky Dog Water Company.myshopify.com. I use Shopify, not sponsored, but they really help people like me who are small. I'm from a small town.
Yeah.
It's really easy. It's very user friendly. It's kind of like an iPhone. Like it's very adaptable. It's very easy to use. You can find me there. Supporting local. We're trying to do some things with we've got a local company called Halo, and they like do adopted dogs and stuff. And I'm trying to get in contact with them. I got the dog with the missing eye, going after disabled dogs. We're dog lovers in my family. So
Yes.
it's just really about kind of stuff like that. Small town. I just had a baby not too long ago. So
Congrats, man.
thanks,
Yeah.
man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it, guys. Just trying to drum up some funds for that. Let him go to college at Ohio State.
That's right.
Right, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ohio State.
exactly.
The Ohio
The
State there.
Ohio State. Yeah, I actually have a shirt on my store called The Black Tea for that.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'll throw that in there. Anytime I can, I'll throw Ohio State plug in there. People
There you
love
go.
to hate us, but it's okay.
Hey,
Good job,
hey,
Austin.
embrace the hate, man. Just
I just
go
want to
for
say
it.
one more thing, though. You guys have been extremely comfortable. You've made me feel very welcome. It's a great time. So if you ever want me back, shoot me a message, bum, and I will. I'm 100% in.
Definitely appreciate
Oh,
you
we're
taking
always
the time
down.
to coming out here,
More than
hanging
merrier.
out with us here. Yeah,
Yeah.
the degenerate drinkers like us out here.
That's right.
We are
We're the
family.
real AA.
It's
The
awesome.
Alcoholics are amazing.
Yeah.
Yes,
We are
exactly.
family.
Triple A, I love it.
Exactly.
man.
So hey,
Yeah.
Austin, thank you. We got Kevin the tattoo dude here. You heard his whole life story here about everything he had going on out here. So
Yeah.
if you want a tattoo and you're in the Texas area,
Yeah.
find
And
him.
we'll
Go
start a
to his shop.
GoFundMe for Kevin so he can get one of his vertebrae replaced with rubber. So when you push on his forehead, it just goes like this.
It goes like that, like a rubber
Because he
chicken.
already had his gag reflex removed.
Yeah, exactly, man. I was supposed to have my septum done, actually, by the way. So I broke my nose like 7 times, and they were supposed to, before I ended up in the hospital, I was supposed to have my septum done. But now that I started feeling better, I got it scheduled. But then the lady called me and was like, so when is the last time you had a cough with pneumonia? I was like, like a couple weeks ago. She goes, well,
Yes.
you can't go under anesthesia for 4 weeks. So now I
Yeah.
have to reschedule that.
Yeah,
So
Nice.
So next time y'all see me, I won't look like Owen Wilson. Hopefully.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now you don't look like
Wow.
Page with a beard.
You know how many people do that? They're like, Kevin, say it. And I'm like, wow.
Wow.
All right.
Well, hey guys, thanks. We had the Keystone,
We
The
did.
winner.
Coors battle, the war
America.
to settle the score right
Hey.
here.
Coors
Keystone
Coors Light
Light,
didn't have
Coors
America
Light.
can.
Hey,
I'm telling you.
let us know. What's your pick?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments.
what's
What
your
you
pick,
pick. Are you a Keystone Light guy? You a Coors Light guy? Is there something else?
If you got another side by side you want us to do,
Side by
let us
side,
know
yeah.
what it
Let us
is.
know.
Absolutely.
Let us know. We're always happy.
We're
We're
always
always
down.
open to suggestions here.
Yes.
So let us know. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. 2,000, 3,000 if you want to see Kevin eat
3,000.
some cereal, some Fruit Loops, and some Keystone
I'll get 'em.
Light.
If you get to 3,000, I'm doing Keystone Light and Fruit Loops with my
With
dude.
him. All right, there you go. Right there.
Let's
We
do
got
it.
100%.
We're down.
right there,
Yeah.
side
Lock it
by
in.
side, right there. If you like cereal,
I'm doing
us
Fruit
know.
Loops with Colt
Right.
45.
see, I hate.
Oh man, there you go. We're just
Game
arguing
on.
Fruit Loops.
All right, I'll find something else to do
whatever
Fruit Loops with too. So we'll do it here. We'll do
Yeah.
a cereal eating episode here on the
Yeah.
podcast. So
Yep.
let us know.
Breakfast and
So subscribe. Check out the
Breakfast and beer, I
website
love it.
at bumwhitebob.com. Check out Austin, Lucky Dog, Kevin the Tattoo Dude, Roadhouse. I am Bumwine Bob, and until next time, cheers.
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 The weather.
Motherfuckers!